Right, guys, welcome to DM Podcast Episode 9. It's a bit of a weird one this week because obviously we are with Mick and Mark as per usual, but we are live streaming it on YouTube and we haven't really got anything to talk about other than we're going to be chatting with the audience. So this is going to be on Spotify and all the other platforms that we normally share to. But if you want to jump in on the live next time, if we do it again, make sure you check out the YouTube channel. Driver Matty gives a subscribe and follow and all that jazz. And yeah, I'll be cutting it up and making some clips. So some of your questions might be featured on TikTok as well. So we always start off, don't we? Who should we go to first, eh? Mark, what have you been up to today, mate?
Out of the house by 1:30, 2 o'clock. Airport run down to, where did I go? Birmingham, I think. I'm back, and I went back to bed because I was knackered. And I'm back out again at 12:30 this afternoon.
Busy bee,
That's
busy
it.
bee.
That's it, me done today.
How about yourself, Mick?
Day off. No,
Nice,
I think, yeah, day off, but I didn't get to bed till 3:30 this morning. Yeah, we had
on a job?
Yeah, I had a Q1. The job was fine itself. So yesterday was a bit of a heavy day. I had like three trains. Then I had like dance runs and school runs with the kids and everything. Then I had the Q1 at night, so I didn't get home. I didn't finish my day until like 9 o'clock. Got into bed up till like 12:30. Went for my Q1 land. They were out in half an hour, by the way. Landed at 40 minutes.
Manchester?
Landed at Terminal 2 as well.
I mean, wow.
Yeah, landed at 20 to 1.
What airline though?
20 past. Jet 2. So Jet 2's not too bad
Good
anyway,
days.
is it really?
No, do it their own
But yeah,
staff,
but
haven't they?
we had a little in yesterday where the driver forgot a job and we had to sort it out and everything. So I was a bit on edge and we had loads of I had about 3 a.m.s with drivers, so I got home about 2, but I couldn't sleep. I couldn't get my head down.
Yeah.
I couldn't relax until I knew passengers were up. So I was just sitting on my phone, watching my phone, and I got to sleep about 3:30 this morning, and up at 8:30 with my 2-year-old bouncing on my head.
Oh, no
So-
way. Well, listen, I was out nice and early as well for me. So I was meant to be in Cosby for 5:30 for a man air out. And then, sometimes when you've got to be up a bit early and you wake up before your alarm because you're a bit paranoid you're going to sleep in. So I had my alarm set for 4:45 and I woke up at 4 off my own back. Shot it on that man air, come home, had about 17 coffees ready for today. And then obviously I had to set all this up and that. And then after this, I've got to take my daughter out, little day out before she goes back to school tomorrow. And then, got to chop all this up later on and get it on TikTok and all stuff like that. But we have just got our first comment in, and it is Jack on Wheels. So he's waiting at Stansted Airport, and Mark wanted to know where is the waiting area. Was that right, Mark?
Yes, and he's got back to me, which is very nice of him. And I know where it is, so I will be going there.
And where is it?
Next to McDonald's, bang opposite the Midstay car park. That does not mean anything to me, but I will find it when I go down.
And you get 1 hour free, though. Yeah, but if you can sat nav straight there, can't you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Billy.
Jack's put work at airports at night when you got young kids, younger than 4, is absolute madness, Mick. He's calling you a madman.
Younger than 4. I've got a 5-year-old, 10-year-old, and a 2-year-old. But yeah, it's not easy, mate. I tell you that. I'm guessing you know yourself.
Possibly.
But I'm guessing, Mark, that you can just switch Uber on and just navigate through it on Uber waiting area. Do you have to navigate to, don't you, at all airports? So
Yeah,
the Uber app will tell you where it is.
Well, to be honest,
Day off today, yeah, pretty much. Well, kind of a day off. 3:30. Half 3 I went to sleep, and then I'm back up at 2 in the morning. So yeah, you can call it a day off, I suppose.
He's calling it. Are you going flying today, Mick?
Flying.
Jim knows about your pilots. Yeah, pilots, I think.
Oh yeah, we mentioned it on a podcast, didn't we?
Yeah.
In
Okay,
fact, I
Jim's
might do,
Jim's in
but
our WhatsApp group.
I might have a little go on actually.
Yeah, LR's put, yes, Matty, no moaning this week. Please, son. Good, positive week. Yeah, I try my best, mate. But normally when I'm moaning, it's because I've got something to moan about. But today, I'm with the lads, chilling, filming a podcast. So, yeah, I should be pretty positive. Thank you for your comment. Much appreciated. Hey, do you hear about this week, Mick? Obviously, you're going to miss out because you're in the Isle Beast. But Uber's got the exec XXXXXL now. So, do you reckon that's going to have any effect on the airport transfer business? Because now you can book a 7-seater on Uber.
Well, possibly, yeah, maybe. But I think you'll get more students using it than people for the airports. It depends how much it goes out for. I don't know. If it's cheaper than the likes of us,
That should be cheaper.
then we might have a problem. But I think you'll get more students using it. But I think it's a bit unfair of what Uber's done there. It's exec XXL. What about the lads in the Tornadoes with 8? Do you know what I mean? They're not giving anything for them, are they?
You should have had XXL.
XXL, yeah. And exec XXL. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Because I reckon it'd be cheaper though. Because like I priced it yesterday, and I was on a bit of a discount. But Uber X is about 60 odd quid from town. Uber X XL can sometimes be up to 80, 85, 90. So the exec XXL is going to be the best part of a one. So yeah, I don't think Uber's going to be much cheaper. Well, cheaper at all compared to the local firms. You know, the airport transfer companies.
That's
so
the only
yeah, I
thing
think you are right. I think it's just going to be out of towners maybe.
Yeah, I think if they make it cheaper or like, then I think we'll have a problem. Do you know what I mean? But it's going to take a while for it to.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Mark, Jack's put in, yes, you can navigate it to it as well. Stansted has 2 waiting areas, so just check you got the right one. Good point.
Hey, so what's... Oh, no, okay. So it's just an hour waiting, isn't it? I'm there for about 2 hours, so I might have to drive around for an hour around a roundabout.
And Martin's put, I can't wait for the child to go back to school tomorrow. Now worse than having a job like this when you got to go home and check on the kids during the day. Breaks the flow of the day. That is very true, Martin. Jack XXL might take work from me in my Tornado. Well, yeah, kind of, mate, but it's not XXL, it's exec XL in it, so you should be all right. XXL,
no, but I think
7 drunk students on a Monday night. No thanks. Go on.
I think what he's saying is if someone's going to book an XL, they'll just go straight to XXL and not worry about and bypass it. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to take work from normal XL.
Oh, I get you.
Because if you were booking an XL, why would you just go XL? You just go XXL, wouldn't you? Depending on the price difference, obviously, but I can't see it being much.
True. All right, Mike, how are we? Mick, Mike, guy. Seen him for a while. How are we, lad? But yeah, I don't know what's going on, lad. So.
There's another one as well. You get that in XLs, never mind XXL. Taking
the removal vans.
Removal vans.
Turn up and there's a wardrobe and a mattress to put in the back of your van.
I had it, and it was. I had that, but it was like an owl, like dirty fridge in the when I had the Ford Tornado, and I was like, nah, mate, not even taking it. It's like, you know, when you get all like rust and dirt at the back of the fridge, all covered in dust. Yeah, I stood there waiting the side of the road, got pulled up. I just kind of just slowly drove past them and just carried on. No chance. That's the thing, they do treat your minibuses at works van, don't they? As a removal van.
Especially what mine just put about the students going back.
I always have the rule, if it doesn't fit in the boot, it doesn't go in. If you want me to put seats, if you want me to start putting seats and everything down, you need a van.
Well, it's like today, right? End of this week, I've got a couple of jobs from Manchester, right? The Chinese names, so it's a student coming back to Sheffield. One student, so it's one person, and one of them, it says 7 bags.
7?
So I did one last year. She had about 5 suitcases. She had about 4 boxes, and she had 3 big black bags. Well, not black bags, like bags that are they're black bags, but they're like fabric.
Did you put your rear seats down for that?
I had to. She sat in front.
See, that's what Mick's saying. He doesn't mind taking anything in the boot, but he's not like, you know what I mean, putting it on the back of the seats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have to put seats down and things like that, they need a van, don't they? You're not there to readjust.
Hey, XXL 7 drunk students on a Monday night. No thanks. Oh, remember them days? So glad I don't do Uber nights.
It's no difference from 6, really, is it?
Mate, I hate them in my car. Free. I know. You know, sometimes I've had a good laugh with them. It depends on the personalities, doesn't it? I've had a good laugh with drunk students, and I've also had absolutely my worst jobs with them as well. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's the quiet ones you've got to look out for.
It's just dead loud. That's it. That's the only thing I've ever found with students. They're just loud and like I don't know. How can you put it? Just dead excited for going on.
I don't mind it.
Crazy.
No, I don't mind the loud. I don't mind the loud ones because then you know they're not going to throw up in the back of your car.
Yeah, it's the
quiet
ones.
Quiet ones, you fall asleep. Next to them.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, Jack's just got a job, so good luck, lad. I don't know how good it was, but yeah, he's just got a job. Let's have a little look, one sec. Martin. Yeah, it's student moving week coming up. So yeah, it's going to be quite a lot of XL work for the moving jobs, isn't it? Having London checked, you can book XXL exec from airport. Uber XL is 6 passes, 7, and I'm correct. Yeah, that's correct, Jack. Sorry, I think you've gone now. You cannot book exec local in London, yeah. There's some pics this week of the stuff they try and put in while the excess baggage has on the plane. Yeah, students are back this week. So the good thing is, I think Uber's going to be a lot better this week for the Uber lads, definitely. And it's going to be. It's always been slow in the summer, hasn't it?
Do you think we're going to be disappointed then, or do you think? Because I think September last year were quiet. I thought, well, in Sheffield it was.
Yeah, I think it does. It does get better slowly, but yeah, I think because this has been the worst summer, I don't know if it's going to continue on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just going to get boom. It's when your freshers and that come in. That's when the term starts to take place is more of a thing. Right now, if you're in an XL, you might as well go and do removal jobs because that's what you're going to get.
Yeah. You know what, though, as long as the wheels are moving, Mick, innit? Sometimes it's only a couple of bags in the boot.
Yeah, it's a couple of bags you're not bothered about, but it's when you're turning up to jobs, and I know you still get paid with the cancellation and things like that, but it still winds you up, doesn't it? What you could have been on, do you know what I mean?
Do you ever get it in the car, Mark? Students are back. Do you ever get loads of luggage in your car? Because no, you don't do Uber XL, but was it mainly the XLs that get it?
I have done, like I'm saying. It's mainly the Chinese students. Like I'm saying, I think I've got. I tried looking there, but it won't let me log in. I think I've got 4 end of this week. And they've all got Chinese names, so that tells me that we've got a lot of Chinese students in Sheffield. Hell of a lot.
So the fact that you're getting Chinese bookings this week, you got to feel like all the students are coming back this week then. So maybe a busy weekend.
Yeah.
Martin's just put as well. Mark, I think personally this year it will be canny. Where do you reckon Martin's from? We'll thin the drivers out a bit. Yeah, I reckon this week it'll build up definitely, especially the students being back because Uber is a heavy tourist app, isn't it? Even though the locals still use it, I do think it is always still being the staple on it.
Yeah, I think it'll get busier, obviously, but it's not going to be. I don't. Anyone sitting out there that I don't know whether he's new on the job or whether you've been on it a long time. Don't expect it just to go bang because it never does. And you just upset yourself. You're building yourself up for it. I'm going to make loads of money, and then it's just a slow increase of it thinking and blah blah. Like I say, once the term starts getting into place, because they're going in and they're still learning themselves. So until until they're relaxed and comfortable. You don't start going out on night outs and things like that until late September. Do you know what I mean? Even October.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't be building yourself up for a massive explode and then you're expecting it to happen, because it doesn't work like that.
When's Thresher Week?
Normally, in it, third week.
Is it?
Is it the? Yeah, it's normally the end of September, isn't it?
Is it around about the 20th, something like that?
Yeah, it's like the middle to the end of September.
After Freshers
That's
Week is when you start seeing the.
Yeah, that's one you will earn it. You will cane it in. I'm not gonna lie. Freshers Week,
everyone's
you
got
will
Freshers
cane
Week,
it
innit?
in. Yeah, but like people are expecting it because it's the 3rd of September. This is what I'm saying to people. Don't expect it to be this weekend, bang, crazy, because it's not. It's not like that. Once it gets to Freshers, then be excited about Freshers. But then it eases off again. And remember, there's more drivers on the road now as well. So even Freshers might be a disappointment. So just don't build it up and expect yourself to be. Expect less, get more, and you're better, aren't you? You're better off.
Because we've been talking about this lately, haven't we? A few times, and about obviously if you're leading up to try and get onto Fresh, we can get a busy, be busy and stuff. We were talking about stats, weren't we, the other week, and they come up obviously the other day in the WhatsApp group, and people are still saying to me now. One of the lads in the members only WhatsApp group, he literally said that he tried his best to get his acceptance rate up high, and now his acceptance rate is like 70-80%. He feels like he's getting a lot more offers and he's a lot busier than he was when his acceptance rate was like 15-20%. Do you know what I mean? So I still think to this day that Uber will kind of, as like some type of pecking order, that will hopefully sort out the hard work and accepting everyone's jobs, right? And we sent each other our pictures, didn't we? And Mark's acceptance rate is 8%. Mick doesn't really do Uber as much, but still his is 14% and mine is 20%. So out of the three of us, we've got less than 20% acceptance rate. And I think get those figures up. Right. I do think you are generally busier. Do you know what I mean?
Got less than 50.
Can I explain to you why?
No, I've got 20, and then you've got less than 20. I meant not together. I meant
between the three of us, we've got less than 20%. You've got 20.
Can I explain why mine's so low?
Yeah, go on.
Because I keep getting jobs. Like I said to you the other day, say in 10 jobs, I'll probably get 8 that's sent to me that's about 12, 13 mile away for about £5. No one's going to travel for that, are they?
Yeah. So have you got a little bit lack of drivers, have you? And that's why you get job offers, or is it just...
No, I don't think so. There's Ubers everywhere. I don't know. No, there's Ubers everywhere, but it might be the area that I'm in. Because, it tends to be when I'm north of Sheffield, so I get a lot of jobs coming from Barnsley. So north of Sheffield, going to Barnsley. I know it's straight up the M1, but...
Oh, I get... Yeah, so you're literally down a junction kind of vibe?
Well, yeah, about 2 or 3 junctions, but I'm not going to travel, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, 13 miles for £4 or £5.
Regardless, look at the one that you shared the other day, 20 miles to get up to Formby. To do 1.4 for £7.
The exact job.
Yeah. You know what? Why you're in the right mind, and Uber wants you to accept these jobs.
No, I think sometimes
this is why I think it's bang out of order if it is happening, because then he's saying he's on 28% there, and he's doing all right. So it's
driver Danny.
Do you know what I mean?
What's going to but I think still driver Danny's a full time.
What I want to know from driver Denny, right? How many hours did he work for that on Saturday? He said he'd done over 300 on Saturday. How many hours? How many hours was he out?
Also, Michael, I've just seen a comment there. Mate, always have low expectations of Uber. Might end the shift with a smile. You know what, mate? Hey, sometimes if you aim low, you're never going to be disappointed, mate, are you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Always have the realistic, happy at the moment. Also, any extras a bonus each year. Yeah, that's it, though. That's it. You just got to go out and grind, haven't you? And sometimes you just struggle, and sometimes you get lucky. You know what I mean? You could do like one job in an hour at £7, then your next job could be 45 quid down to money or something. Do you know what I mean? Have you seen what he's put, Mick? Fellow cop out there, lad.
Yeah, just don't read
Loving
it
the
out, please.
LSC, Griff. Yeah, I love it myself, mate, and it's great. I always put it on because it winds Mark up. Mark's a Man United fan, so I always stick it on to see him, to wind them up.
I'm choosing to ignore it.
I've got me You'll Never Walk Alone up there as well.
Well, Mark. And again, no Evertonian here, so I can't say nothing. Yeah, so David Derry done 10.5 hours.
That's why you don't like football.
So you averaged £30 an hour on the Saturday. That's unreal, that. Fair play to you. What hours was that? Was that through the night, Danny, or was that through the day? It is mad, don't make it? If you think about it. You got a cop out, an Evertonian and a United fan on a podcast talking about taxi drivers.
All we need now is a Leeds fan.
Oh yeah, Mike G saying it lies. £29 an hour. That's an hour. Did you work like midnight till 8 a.m. or something?
Danny out, isn't he?
Yeah. That's some doing, 30 quid an hour. I know some lads that
Isn't it?
And they were like waiting for a job, weren't they? 2 p.m. till midnight.
Just think, right, what he did in an hour. You know when I went out 3 hours the other week?
So go on, Mark.
I'm just saying, Denny there got, what, £29.50 an hour. I did 3 hours the other morning, and I didn't even do that. In rush hour.
I don't see
I'll
last
be
Sunday
honest,
in the
I
minibus
do find it
26.
I do find it hard to believe because I was 10.5 driver time, 9. So he's only an hour where he's been sitting round. Okay, it might have been busy.
Constant work, innit?
Might be busy.
But he's on 28% except that doesn't.
He's done at 2 o'clock.
Doesn't match because if you've only got an hour's difference when you're working out on a shift, you'd be accepting more, pretty much more than. Do you know what I mean? Your acceptance rate should be or just basing it on that one shift. Okay, it might have been busy, you might have felt lucky on most times he's accepted. Fair enough, that could be the case. If that's how you work normally, I'd say you'd have more downtime if you're only at 28% acceptance.
It's at the last 100 jobs, right? He said. Well, yeah, then Martin, you done last time on 300 Saturday. I timed out at 10 hours time, having 12 hours out the house. So what's your acceptance rate, Martin? Have you got a good one?
So his was 2 hours difference, and Denny's was hour and 15. So yeah, it could be. It's only 45 minutes, isn't it? Difference.
So I'm saying it could be right. I don't think he's lying, is he? Do you know what I mean?
No
point in lying. But yeah, like I said,
I'm 6'6".
Yeah, Sandra. Yeah. Oh yeah, Martin's 47% acceptance rate, so nearly 50-50, boy.
And he's only 2 hours down on time. Do you know what I mean?
He accepts 1 in every 2 jobs he gets. I probably accept 1 in every 20.
Can you change it to the last 100? You can't change it, can you? Because it's the last 500 that it calculates.
500. It resets after 500, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's
a month as well, isn't it? Is it a month?
Yeah, you'd have to have a month off for it to reset completely. I know that.
Because mine changed.
See, he has a vlog with screenshots and areas he was working, so he was telling the truth. See, Mick, you're very suspicious, lad.
It wasn't me. Someone in the chat called him out, not me. I'm just putting it out there.
It's because he's a Liverpool fan.
Danny, you just support, lad. That's what it'll be. I reckon Danny might be a hidden mank or something, won't he? You're not working today, Martin? Or you're not bothering? We need to find out what's Danny's team here.
He can't be working if he's talking on here because he's normally busy up there. But we're not going to say that, are we, Martin?
Yeah. Our little Sunderland boy. Our little token jury, innit? Oh,
Smashing
what's
it
your
on
goal
oath,
from
yes.
Sunderland? Right, where are we? Popped home for the child. Fair enough, lad. Don't do much funny, to be honest. My brother buys me LFC t-shirts every year on my birthday. But
Or
obviously not a
you.
footy fan, but
He obviously don't
yeah,
like
that's
you.
How can you sit there and comment with Casemiro on the side?
Oh, don't start me with him. Flipping heck.
Oh my god! Hey, do you know what I did want to say? Right?
Oh, wow.
So it's a bit
What,
quiet
Taxi Tim?
in the comments. What you say?
Taxi Tim, what he's done there. I did 31 quid an hour on Thursday night in Chester. 155 in 5 hours. I'm on 83% acceptance rate.
Whoa, Taxi Tim on 83% acceptance rate. That's a good rate, that lad. Fair play. I reckon Chester could be a little hidden gem, to be honest. Were you back out 2 till 8, Martin? Yeah. That's why I love the flexibility. The rate, by the way, Mick, is no longer last 500 when they stated the advantage. They made it the last 100. Fair enough. Andrew Neary,
All
morning lads, tell Mick to keep the language down. Telling you, Mick, see? Even Andy knows, lad. Andy's me accountant, by the way.
I haven't swore today, have I?
No, you've been dead good today, Mick. Good job. Did you see what his wife posted? Whose wife?
What? What? Are we missing out on something here or what?
I know. Whose wife posted something? Come on, Martin. Spill the beans, lad. So Taxi Tim's flying, isn't he? So you know a YouTuber, Taxi Tim? Tell me they're growing on trees.
It's not bad, that, though.
Hey, do you know what, though? What I was going to say? While we're on here, we're all on here. There's a few...
Might drive to Chester.
Oh, yeah. Casemiro. Always doing a photo of all his trophies.
What did his wife post?
Yeah. A picture of all his trophies in his house. All his Champions League medals, all his league medals, all his cup medals, everything. After he got a battering after the game.
Yeah, stick after
His
that.
legs. I'm a Man United fan, right? And his legs have gone. Anyway. I wanted him gone in summer.
King
that's
Cabs,
going to be why Taxi Tim got... What?
King Cabs. That's a Chester local firm, that, isn't it?
Yeah, King Cab is Chester, yeah. But he's saying he's new to Uber after 11 years on King Cab, just 2 months in.
That's why his acceptance rate's so high then. Give it another couple of more months.
Yeah. Keen, innit? Hey, do you know what, though, as well? Hey, loads of people have told us...
Chester, though.
Yeah. No, but hey, I've been told by loads of people that, like, it's like Uber, like, proper feeds the good... Like,
hang on a minute,
the new drivers.
Wasn't Chester races on Thursday?
I don't know. Could be.
I'm sure Chester races was on. I know it was on over the weekend, but was it like a 3 or 4 day event?
Possibly, and that's why he was so busy. Andy, I believe there's a house just gone up for sale in Goodison. 2 up, 2 down.
2 up, 3 down it is, Andy.
He's a horrible.
Everton 2, Bournemouth 3. Everton 2 shop.
Did you see the picture? I did see that. I seen that picture. Yeah, it was the Everton 2 shop in town, wasn't it?
Was it just Saturday? The on? It was just,
I will disagree with feeding new drivers. Sorry, Matty. Don't you reckon that's true, Martin? No. There's loads of people. Every time someone says I'm new to Uber and doing well, like when Kev's cab joined Uber and he was posting his results and he was like doing really, really well. Everyone was going, because you're new to Uber, Kev. So that's the only reason where they come from. Don't you reckon that's true? No.
Yeah, but I don't think it's feeding. I think it's the mentality of the driver. Oh, yeah, I want to do that. I want to try that. I want to keen.
Possibly, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, look at that job 7 miles away for £4. Oh, I could do that easy.
Like Kev's cab comes off a rank. Do you know what I mean? To a set that's going ping, 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 ping at him. He's just going to be going, oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah. Aren't you?
That's true.
I would anyway.
Hey, look at Andy there. Hey, Andy the accountant's getting numbers wrong, guy. Terrible, terrible. Northeast Offshoot Group got a couple of newbies, and we are all pretty much similar. Oh, okay, yeah. So that debunks that. Denny said it's not true. I think you learn to work smarter. David Denny, it's AI. It's making money for them first. It doesn't care about us. Yeah, I'll take anything that, innit? Do you know what I mean? Working a big, massive shop, they don't really care about the staff, do they? At the start, you take what you are offered, then you start watching the dead miles and your ratings, etc., and then you kind of adjust. Yeah, some good points, Martin.
Yeah, but
this taxi
the
Tim.
the AI is trained to do something.
We get the AI is to take as much money as they can out of the drivers, really, innit? And maximise profits for Uber.
That's what I mean. So, as it's like, as Denny says, it doesn't care about us. So they're going to want to send. It makes perfect sense what your theory is. Makes perfect sense of why it'd work. Proving it is a total different level. I don't know. Maybe you'll be able to once you start doing Uber and get out of your lazy mode.
Taxi Tim, it could be good in Chester at night, but the Welsh border causes us problems, dead mileage when we cross the border. Oh yeah, you're right. You're dead close to like Deeside and that, aren't you? I've actually drove over that border a few times. You can see it on the Uber map, can't you?
Do they not have Uber in Wales then? No?
But it could be a different country, innit? So I can't see. I don't know if they do. I don't know if, you know what I mean? I don't know if they do, like, but... Oh yeah, Jim, where do you guys... this will be for Mark. Where do you guys wait around East Midlands Airport? I used to park near a village pub called The Plough, I think.
There's a dual carriageway as you come off the M1. If you're coming from the M1, there's dual carriageway. There's two lay-bys with cafes, or there's a big service station, Donington Service Station. You've got 2 hours there, so I always go in there. Quite good parking, Jim. Actually.
It's like similar to Manchester, Costa and BP type of vibe.
Yeah, there's services there. So there's Greg's, there's Costa, there's a pasty store, there's WH Smith's, all sorts. And then there's two cafes on the two lay-bys. 3 lay-bys.
Oh, okay. Driver Denny, there's one way to test it. Me and Matty sit next to each other, tongue out. Oh, you dirty bugger. Man,
You've done that though, haven't you? You've tested that with someone?
I've done loads of tests over the years, but I think the algorithm stuff's changed since I've done no tests. I've done tests where, like...
You're on close acceptance rate as well, so that won't work.
No, but
if you're on 20 and he's on 8, 28.
Yeah. You need someone like 80% and 1%, don't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Uber doesn't work all over the border. Yeah. So haven't you got Welsh Ubers now? Obviously, no, you can't work from, but I don't know if they have Welsh Uber. You take or leave the jobs, you always have a choice. That is very true, Martin. That's the best part of the job. I've always said this, is the flexibility of it, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Choose when you want to work and all that jazz. That's why sometimes having the airport can be a bit of an inconvenience, because you got that schedule, haven't you? The schedule that you lost for when you were employed. So you leave your employment, get your flexibility as a taxi driver, then do airports. But then you're like, oh, crap. I've got to be there at 12:30 or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I'll tell you what's with the only big downsides of what I have. My feelings are with the airports. But if you've done full-time Uber, you can go online and offline whenever you want. And then when you're offline, you are off work, if you get me. Do you kind of get the same with that, Mick?
Well, yeah. That's the old beauty about the job, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? That's the only thing that's kept me in it for years. She is the flexibility of it.
No, but I mean, go on.
No, go on.
Yeah, so like, what you call it? Obviously, when you got like 1 a.m. tonight, but you're off all day, it's a bit crap that, you know, like it's in the back of your mind that you got that all, you know what I mean? Where if you're on Uber, you might have went out in the morning and done your shift, and that's it for the rest of the day, then so you can chill.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It is what it is, though, isn't it? It's that type of work suits me because I can schedule my work in and around when I want to do it. I could do that with Uber, don't get me wrong, but most of my time, once outside the summer holidays, most of my time to log on would be after 9 o'clock in the morning when I took the kids to school.
That was.
Dead hours, do you know what I mean? Whereas
Oh.
if I have airport working and I've like come tomorrow, I take the kids to school. I've got a 3 o'clock land in the morning. Come back, do the kids in, and take the kids to school and stuff. Then I've got 11 o'clock and a 12 o'clock. And I've got two Manchesters. There's no way I'm going to make 160 quid on Uber in between 9 and 3. No chance.
No, that's true. So, like I said, pros and cons of both games, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Pete Guest has just commented. Darth is commenting, Pete, still waiting for my licence from Knowsley. As a new driver, I'm unsure to who to work for, Uber or local company. So I've quick advice that I'll pop it up to Mark because he hasn't answered anything yet. Well, he has, but you know what I mean. I would say go local, only because once you go Uber, it's very hard to go back to local because Uber's so easy. So I'd definitely test out local first. And if you're making good money and you're enjoying it, don't even try Uber. Because once you go Uber, it's hard to go back. Mark, what do you reckon, mate? Should he go Uber or local?
Local. If you're doing it full time, definitely.
Yeah, because of cap commissions.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you're saying that in Sheffield, it's quite high, the commission, but the more jobs you do, the lower commission it is. You can get about, on a local firm, you can get it down, I think you can get it down to about 12%, I think. So when you're full time, you can quite easily do that. But if you're doing part time on the local firm here, with the big main provider, it's 35%.
Yeah, so your local firms, the Zizu, innit? Well, they bought out Britannia.
Well, ours was, the main one was City Taxis, but then Vizu bought them out, and they've changed. They changed the commission structure. Basically, I think they're trying to wean out all the part timers, people that cherry pick jobs. They want full time drivers. So it's like a scale. So if you do anything, I don't know, if you do 20 jobs a week, it's 35%. If you do over 108 jobs a week, it's 12%. But it's 108 jobs a week is easy, isn't it? If you're doing it full time, 108 jobs in a week is easy, isn't it? If you think about it. It's what, 20 jobs a day?
Full time, yeah.
Yeah. Because Vizu's just bought out Britannia. Obviously, Britannia could be the lad's local firm because he's obviously in Knowsley. Britannia's one of the biggest firms in Knowsley. Well, he were. That Vizu now bought them out. Do you know what I mean? So that could be possible, Pete. Maybe have that Vizu a go. Do you know what I mean? So it's both Pete. Yeah, that's his point. Drive down, then you should test both Pete. But the only thing is, I'd definitely test local first. Fill out the Uber. Martin's put, fill out the Uber with private stuff. Private pay the fixed cost, Uber for the gravy. It's a good way of working, mate. Taxi tip. I accept most jobs, except silly ones. 15 plus mile away for little money. They sent me one this morning, XL and Wallasey, 20 miles away for £9.
Wow.
Scuts Kazanstani, sorry, I can't pronounce it. I'm Marty. I guess that's auto-corrected to Marty. How many miles are you getting on average on your Model S, please? So I only charged 90%, mate, and I've got a 75 kilowatt battery, and I get about 200 miles off that 90%. I get about 220, 225 off the 100%. But that's from like 0 to 100, do you get me? But there is bigger batteries out there than my Model S. Mine's one of the smallest. Some of the new Model S's can have up to like 400 miles. Andy Neary's just asked a question, and I'm going to throw it to Mick. Do you think once Make Tax Digital comes in, brackets HMRC grasses, that will take some of the drivers off the road? What do you reckon, Mick?
Ooh.
I mean, it's 2 years away, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 2026.
2026 is in the Make Tax Digital, so would have been working with Uber. Well, I think that Uber's apparently been reporting earnings for years, isn't it? What Andy said. So, but yeah, I think it will. I don't think you'll see a massive difference as it make a huge impact, but I think it'll take some drivers off the road, yeah.
6th of April 2026, you just commented. Yeah, I think you're right, Mick, because when it comes digital, what Andy's told me in the past, is everything is recorded. Everything is all digital. Everything's recorded. So you will not be able to get away with like hiding your cash or anything. They'll know everything about it. You know what I mean? Everything will be recorded. So
How
you
can they
can't,
monitor
like, you
cash
won't
though?
be.
It could be able,
What?
how can they monitor cash? How can they do it?
You know what? That's a good point. Andy, do us a favour, comment, mate. How would they monitor any cash work? Is there any way they can do that?
It's going to be down.
Pete is
I'm
just
sure it's going to be down to diesel you're putting in your car.
That's one point.
Yeah.
Because even if you put diesel in cash to try and hide it, I'm pretty sure like the Shell garage will have to record that vehicle has put cash in on this amount. Everything's recorded.
So it won't be the fact that they'll monitor how much, like they'll be able to monitor how much cash you've took in your vehicle and things like that. It'll be, well, you've put this amount of diesel in your car, you must be earning more.
No, but I mean, like, if you're trying to hide cash, you don't declare all your diesel receipts, do you? To bring that down, that's what people do.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only way they'll be able to monitor anything is by a taxi driver's stand of point. The only way they'll be able to say to taxi drivers is, well, you've used this amount of diesel over the year. It's been reported that you've put this amount of diesel in your car. Here's all your mileage. Do you know what I mean? That's the only way they'll.
The mileage is another good one, isn't it?
They put out now, don't they, on like 100 every £100 in your tank should earn you, I don't know, 1,000, for instance. I think it's less than that now, but I think that's what it used to be.
Times 7, I think. Andy said in the past times 7.
7 times.
So 100 quid.
700. So it'd be 700, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 100 quid fuel is 700, or thereabouts 700 earnings, or I think it's like 7 to 10. Pete, what he'll be doing full time. Pete, if you're doing full time, mate, 100% local because you benefit from the cap commission. LR1216, I'm a new driver, 60% acceptance rate, unless the job comes through and it's silly miles away. I don't know why you wouldn't accept. Anything 1, 2, 3 miles away, I always accept, no matter how far they are going. Yeah, that's good advice, mate. Normally, any job that's close by, I definitely accept.
No, but then
don't forget,
a 3 mile job away goes 1 mile, and you get was it 370 now, or maybe more than that?
I had one the other day, £3.33. Come on.
Yeah, £3. Yeah, that's a.
Do you know, would you do 4 miles for
that?
that?
Oh, yeah,
when I'm working,
go on.
If I'm working and I'm out doing Uber, because obviously the winter goes quiet for us, I always put myself with like a minimum of £5 because I'm in an XL. A £5.
You got a cherry pick in the bus.
Yeah, a minimum of £5. I'm within a mile and a half of me. Anything within a mile and a half, and it's over £5, I'll accept it. That's my rule when I work Uber.
Yeah. How about you, Mark? What's your rule? Have you got like a minimum fare rule or anything? Because you're in the diesel E-class, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll do a maximum of 3 mile. If it's going a long distance, not long distance, if it's good money, then I'll probably stretch it to 4 or 5 mile away. But it all depends on I try and work it out as £1.50 a mile. All in.
Yeah.
Nothing less.
So, guys, Andrew Neary's just put accounts will be done every 3 months instead of 12. And cash will be hard, but it's down to the passenger. If they ask for a receipt, then they might be claiming it as an expense, where then it's recorded as well on our end, isn't it? They'll be able to monitor cash via the mileage, I guess. Yeah, that could be a shout. Martin's put, 3 months saves rushing every year to pay the bill. Yeah, to be honest, Jim, that's a good point. It will become ANPR at petrol stations. That's what I was saying. So if you go in the petrol station and you want to put 20 quid in diesel, but you're not going to declare it, to try and bring your ratio down, then Shell might be recording the reg and how much fuel you're putting on every time on that tax made digital. Yeah, the ratio there, 1.17 to the 10th, depending on the vehicle. So if you do 100 quid, you should be earning £700 to £1,000 off 100 quid.
Yeah, so mine's a minibus, so I'm
Really?
guessing I'd be seventh. Well,
So for
you
every
being
100,
sarcastic.
so every £100 you put in your car, you should be earning £1,000. Is that what you're saying?
7 to
Yeah,
1,000.
depending on the vehicle. So between 7 and a grand, 700 and a grand. So if you're in a 1.6 Focus, they'll be expecting you to probably earn £1,000 out of 100.
But it doesn't. Obviously, it depends as well because Mark is probably a lot of dead miles going from Sheffield and back Manchester and stuff, or down to London, back to London. But I think it's more generally taxis, isn't it? If you're doing like Uber or Alpha, just bouncing around the city, that seems about right, doesn't it?
No, but
Yeah,
what we
but
were
is it-
talking about the other day with Mark, he says he can drain out of 1,000 miles out of his tank. Surely he's making over a grand with 1,000 miles. So it does work out right.
I've not thought. Do you know, I've not thought it like that.
As an just as an example now, Mark, right? Obviously, not
Go
revealing
on.
too much info. If you do a diesel 100 quid, what would you say that would result in money wise?
If I did a what? Sorry.
If you put 100 quid in diesel, yeah,
Yeah.
can you calculate it on an estimate? Like how much would that result?
It all depends where I'm
Would it
driving,
be
because if I'm going down, right, for example, I can put in my vehicle, in my car now, I can go down to Heathrow, come back, go back down to Heathrow and come back, and that will probably be on a full tank. Right? But then I'm going across to Manchester, I'll probably do, which is 35 mile away, I'll probably do quarter of a tank. Just stop starting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
It does differential.
Like from my house to from my house to Heathrow is about 190 mile. So it's three.
You do 4
380, 700.
800.
Yeah, I'll probably have between quarter of a tank and empty left.
Well, that's a good example. If you do a Heathrow, you said
you do
it's
3
just call it.
Heathrows?
No, I can go down to Heathrow, drive back to Sheffield, go back down to Heathrow, and come back to Sheffield. So I'm doing 4 trips. I can do that on a full tank.
That's 800 mile.
But I think it's 190, so it's 380, so it's 760, and I've never done it. But I know for a fact I can go down to Heathrow and come back, and I'm on the good side of half a tank. Do you know what I mean? So I don't do half a tank on down there and back. So I can probably do a full tank. Do you get me?
So how much is a full tank, and how many miles is it?
A full tank. A full tank's probably. I've never emptied it. The most I've ever put in is about 90 quid, and I were probably around about a quarter of a tank.
So
okay.
Do you think you'll get another Heathrow out of that though? Quarter of a tank, just down.
I wouldn't like to risk it because it's like that, and then the last few miles it just goes doink, doesn't it? I'd like to try it one day.
Andy's just put. It sounds like Mark has a load of unengaged mileage.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think the ratio is more for like when you're doing taxis. You pick up, you drop off, you pick up, you drop off. Do you know what I mean? You don't get many dead miles, do you? Compared to what we do. We drop off the airport, we drive back. It's normally 50-50 in it on dead miles. But you never get that on the normal taxis, do you?
There's a lot of us that do that, and this is where it comes into the problem: is how if a normal taxi driver comes to put his books in with an accountant, then how can they say, well, you're not doing that work, you're doing taxi work? Is it down to because he's getting reported earnings from Uber now, or is that the way they're going to work it? But if you're working on a local firm, there's always going to be wins and ways to windle stuff. Always is. You can make it harder. Do you know what I mean? You can make it harder to do it, which you make tax digital will. But you'll still find people. It's like me buying Liverpool tickets. They've done all this different. You've got to register here. You've got to have this link to join and all that. But there's still touts out there that's still getting the access to these tickets somehow. and jumping in before us. Do you know what I mean? No matter what they do, people will find a way.
That's a good point. Let me just blast through these comments there, Chris. We'll have to go on eBay and get one of those electronic devices that can clock our mileage back for us. First I've heard one about one of them. What if it's 1.6 mile away, Mick? Morning all, new subscriber and enjoying the content. My dad's a driver for Village and I'm thinking of starting too. He's vague with the details, so I can't really ask him much questions. My main thing is I can't find info for if you can work for who companies at the same two companies at the same time, Uber and Alpha, for example. Right, Chris, good question, mate. Your dad's vague because he's probably an old school taxi driver. Do you know what I mean? And yet they're just very private and sealed lip. But with your double apping, mate, right, I've always found that it's just not worth it. Because if you're willing to work for Alpha, you're willing to deal with their system and the way things work, and obviously your smackheads and everything else, then why not work full-time Alpha? You benefit from the mileage, the commission cap, and that means you're only on 10-12% commission for the full, once you've done the full week. Where if you're working Uber as well, that's going to dilute the commission cap on Alpha. And then if you do both 50-50, you're going to be paying all the commission on Uber and you're going to pay full 25% on Alpha. And in my opinion, Alpha on 25% commission, the fares aren't there. The fares are quite low. Until you spread it out over the full week, that's when you can start making good money. So yeah, you can work for multiple firms, mate. It's not stopped no more. But I would say I'd just go for Alpha, mate. I would just go for Alpha if you're working full time. Uber part time around your day job or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Mick, do you want to answer or read a question, mate?
I don't know. You've answered the main one that was there.
One sec. No chance of getting £1,000 for 100 dead miles. My mate used to take quarter of the tank to Man and back to Wakefield. Better on longer runs. Yeah, the makes are good on longer runs. Sounds Mark. How much do you charge? Yeah, Mark, how much do you charge for a Heathrow job?
About 275.
And that's for the company. Obviously, I'm going to
That's
for the company.
Yeah.
275. Don't forget you can use mileage. Don't forget mileage for your personal use. That's true. Is there an age restriction with cars for Uber and Liverpool? No, mate. No age restriction. Just after 8 years, you've got to do a 6-monthly compliance test instead of 12 monthly. I disagree. I was with Alpha for 7 years. I make more per hour from Uber. Yeah, maybe. I'm not too sure. Yeah, possibly, mate. I just think, especially these days, anyway. Maybe previously Uber has been solid, but these days Alpha's bought literally every company outside of Uber, more or less. They're really right up the northwest, and I think they are like a solid company now, to be honest, especially with uncapped commission.
Any more, let me know.
What? What'd you say, Mick?
I was meant to mute myself. I was speaking to her. Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay, mate.
He's flying. He's talking to air traffic control.
Don't tempt me, Mark. Don't tempt me.
Right. If he's not aware, by the way, Mick flies planes in his part
Not
time.
literally, not literally,
Virtually.
though.
Virtually.
Yeah, he's
I'm
what's
a
it called,
full-time
Mick?
pilot and a part-time taxi driver.
Oh yeah, Mick, you can answer that one, lad, because I'm tired of talking. Christopher Eden, the last comment, Mick. Go for it, lad.
Christopher Eden, appreciate the answer once more. What's the best one to do? Alpha, Delta, Uber, one of the locals like Village or something else. I'm actually Whittle based, so maybe, yeah, definitely Argyle if you're over in the Whittle. Like the lad said, I'd be going to try and do locals first and see how you like it. If you're really fresh on the game, then maybe Uber is your route. Being based on the Whittle, you definitely want to be. You don't want to be venturing into the likes of Village, because that means you Village are now just based in. You are talking about the one in Walton, I'm guessing.
That's a good, isn't it? Walton way.
Gotta go Walton that way. I wouldn't think you're there because you'd be driving all the way to there and giving yourself dead miles straight away as soon as you start with Village. Over there, you want to be with Argyle for your local firm, or Uber is your other one if you want the ease. But like Matty has already mentioned, Alpha's not too bad, but they're still not Whittle. You're still not going to get
Alpha bought a Whittle company a couple of months ago. And Alpha's actually quite busy over in the Whittle now, I've been told anyway.
Which Whittle company did they buy?
I'm not too sure, mate, but I just know that Alpha's quite busy in Whittle now. They've actually got like separate zones and everything for the Whittle now, instead of just the Whittle. Like
I didn't know they bought someone on the Whittle. I never heard about anyone on the Whittle getting bought. But yeah, you want to be you're going to be driving to Walton Garston area from near enough every day from Village. Yeah, I believe some lads are doing really well on Village, but they're probably based this side, and so if you're going to do anyone, to narrow it down for your decision, it's Argyle or Uber, I'd say.
I agree. So what do you reckon so far, boys, about this stream? Is it worth live streaming and chatting to everyone, or is it worth doing the way we were doing it previously? Which do you reckon's working best so far?
I think this is working better because we're interacting with people. They're asking us live questions, aren't they? So it's good.
True.
We're not just waffling.
We were what's else we're waffling right now, aren't we?
Well, yeah.
But yeah, we're always going to waffle, aren't we? But yeah, I think what do you reckon, Mick? Do you reckon the live podcast is working? Yeah, David Denny said better live.
Yeah, it's better. It's much better live. Don't get me wrong, but you need the people to join every week in, week out. That's the thing. Normally these happen once a month, don't they? Do you know what I mean? So maybe just do 2 a month. One live, one not. One live, one not. One live, one not.
Possibly just mixed up a bit, because obviously as well, like you said, if people aren't joining in and asking the comments, then we're just going to be all just having a gab at me.
That's
and
it.
then
If we come,
as well, it's going on the podcast. It's going on the Spotify. So if we're not, we got to make it entertaining for the Spotify as well, don't we?
Exactly. Yeah. But also, if you're going live, because we know how hard it is to get us three together at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So when we're recording it and you're sending it out on a later day, we can do it at random times, can't we? Whereas live, we need to do it at a certain time, don't we? Like today.
Because it's scheduled. Yeah, that's the point as well. No flexibility when it's scheduled.
Oh,
we are right there. People are saying, let's have a look. Better live, mates. Cheers. My main worry and why I'm looking more at Uber was the app and directions to help more specific routes and trips. Easy to follow and not get lost. Honest to God, Christopher, the thing is, though, mate, once you go Uber, you won't go back to local, mate. And that's the problem, because Uber's so cushy. Do you know what I mean? But if you go local, you still got a sat-nav. Just when you get in the car, if you haven't got a destination, just go, where you going, mate? And he'll just give you the postcode or whatever. Just start it, mate. What's your postcode, mate? I'll throw in a new sat-nav. There's no difference, mate, honestly. Keep it alive on the lads. Belter content. Thanks, mate. Oh, we are right there. They're all saying live. Go on, sorry, what?
Yeah. They're bound to say live, aren't they? The only thing is what I worry about with the lives every week in, week out. I'm not sitting here saying I don't like them, because they're really good and I like answering the questions and stuff. Is next week will they have this many questions?
Yeah, because they're saying people might join next week, and then it's a bit samey, innit?
That's what I'm getting at. Where if you have a break in between each week, more questions might build up over them 2 weeks rather than a week. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. We'll just see how it goes.
Do you know the good point is, though? If they are listening, Mick, on Spotify and stuff like that, we're mentioning that it's now live. And if people listen to on Spotify or wherever they're watching it, listening, or on TikTok, they might then tune in next week because they know we might be doing. Do you get me?
It's still
possibly
entertaining to listen to. Really, I think so. Anyway, no matter what, but I think we still need them episodes where we're talking about what's happened through the week as well.
So like you said, maybe do one or the other. But and again, if we do one or the other, then we got 2 weeks worth of content ideas on the news ones, isn't it?
That's what I mean. And you might have you might have it a little bit longer and little things more to discuss about on giving it a break, because we won't. Right now, what topics have we covered in this? Not really, have we? Do you know what I mean?
General chit chat, isn't it? Yeah, little bits and bobs, like, but nothing groundbreaking. But like I said, hopefully, I think next time we do it, I think a lot of people are going to be start coming to the YouTube. Because, by the way, guys, if you check my profile on the homepage of the YouTube, if there's a live scheduled, it will tell you, and you can click follow on it. So then when it goes live, you'll all get notifications. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think maybe start off slowly, do one every other. But let me just pop through these comments quite quick, because I think I like the live, keep the live, belter content. Thanks, lads. Live streams are always good for feedback and the taxi community. When do the dancing girls come on, Martin? Soon, very soon. Pete, like the live. No rest for the wicked. Well done, lads. Start, Andy. Phantom, if people know you go live regularly, numbers will increase. Will do. Tony Squiggs.
True.
Hi, new to Uber driver from Belfast. Wow, mate, welcome. I'm actually going to Dublin next month. I know it's obviously nowhere Belfast, but it's Ireland, isn't it? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Maybe knock it back half hour, slightly further from rush hour. What do you mean? Oh, do you mean the time-wise? Possibly. We're all, like I said, Martin, the thing is, for us three, we're all busy. And I be flexible massively around these two, because they're helping me out by coming on here. Do you know what I mean? And it is hard to get the three of us to have a spare hour or two. Like today, we're gabbing now, but Martin, luckily Mick's got a day off when he doesn't have many. And in the next hour, Mark has to leave. Do you know what I mean? Welcome to Take It Down to Blackpool. Welcome to Uber, Tony. Take a drive down to Blackpool. It's really busy. They love Uber drivers there. Do you know where Belfast is, mate? Yeah, I don't think he's going to drive from Belfast to Blackpool, mate. Can collect questions over the course of the week. Maybe plug an email address to leave questions in the comments for the next one. Yeah, throw the comments in, guys. I have a few subjects for your live side, Denny. Do one live a month and do the recordings for the rest. That's a shout, Andy. Then talk about it. By the way, I've been trying to get Andy on the podcast as a special guest. He's my accountant. Please comment if you want him to come on, because he's a little bit nervous, and I think if he comes on, he'll have a really good time. Yes, Denny. Right, Denny, the reason we have subjects for the live, we have subjects for the pre-recorded ones, but we can't get through the subjects when people are commenting. Do you get me? That's the reason why we haven't brought we can always find subjects to talk about, but on the live, it's hard, because we're trying to talk to you guys as well. Do you know what I mean? Mick, Mark, Matty, how long have you been in a taxi game? That's a good question, mate. I'll answer that now. I have been in it for about 6-7 years, maybe. Mark, how long have you been in it, mate?
Taxi game, about 11 years. And doing airports, 17 months, 16, 17 months.
Okay. And Mickle?
15,
84 years.
15 years. Yeah. What are we on? 24, yeah. 15 years.
And how long have you had your own company?
2018, I started my own. Previous to that, I was working for... No, I wasn't. I worked for Terry before I started my own. Worked for him for 3 or 4 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Davy Leather Caps. Remember that?
Davy Liver.
What?
Davy Liver was my 4th company. 4th? No, 3rd.
Wait, Davy Liver back in the day was shocking, weren't it? Weren't that like the main company in Liverpool at one point?
Yeah, rammed.
I thought.
And they had all the hospital work, all the hospital accounts, trains. It was rammed, mate. It just went downhill, just rapidly downhill from, I don't know. It's been, I think it's 10 years now since we've been made redundant from there. So I'd say around probably the millennium. No, not millennium. 2011, 2012. From there, it just went downhill, I think.
I didn't think they would do that long.
Yeah, it's got to be close to 10 years. If it's not 10 years, I'll be surprised that we haven't been made redundant from there.
Cavalier King Charles puppy. And then he's put ignore the name again. So just to clarify, Cavalier King Charles puppy. Love to hear from the accountants on the new tax rules for 2025. I would love that as well. Martin, yes, get Andy on. Would be interesting. Think you would get some good, scary questions. That's a shout. But yeah, Phantom. Let's go for Mark because he hasn't talked for a bit. What is the cost of an operator's license? Do you know the cost of an operator's license in Sheffield, Mark?
For 1 year, it takes up to, I'm trying to think how many cars you get. It might be 50 cars. For the first year, it's 500 and something quid for the year. 2 years is 700, I believe. Give or take. It's expensive.
It is expensive, isn't it? Because Liverpool's £750 for 5 years unlimited.
575 quid for the year.
Let me have a look. You waffle on and I'll have a look in 1 second.
All right. Also,
is it Liverpool he wanted to know about, or was it Sheffield?
It's general. You just said, what's the cost of an operator's license? Depends on the council, mate, Phantom. It just changes from council to council. It was a joke, Matty. Imagine Blackpool cries that people are coming from Belfast to work in their city have a bloody heart attack. Imagine a Belfast plated Uber in Blackpool. I know I seen it, a picture circulating. I don't know if you've seen it. And it was a Knowsley plated Uber driver went over the bollard in Blackpool, and you just got to think, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Liverpool. Go on.
I've got the price for Sheffield. For 1 year, up to 50 cars, 563 quid. 2 years, 763. Wow. 3 years, 963. 4 years, 1,163. 5 years, 1,363. There we go.
So 1,400 quid for 5 years.
5 years. You can have up to 50 cars. But
that's like 650 quid dearer than Liverpool.
That's for the new drive. That's for the new operators. For renewing, to renew 1 year is 415, 2 years 615, 3 years 815, 4 years 1,000, 5 years 1,200.
Well, little discount for the renew, but that's still expensive. That Liverpool, by the way, he's asked is 750 for 5 years. How long does an operator's license take? It doesn't really take long. It's just more of like a procedure. You got to go through steps to go through to get the license. You know what I mean? You got like follow guidelines and get like letters and stuff like that. Really, it's just more like you got to tick loads of boxes to get it. It's not really like a test or anything. Do you know what I mean? I can't believe that's 1,400 quid for an ops license. You were considering getting one, weren't you, Mark?
Yeah, it's just not worth it for me anyway, because I get enough work through the firm. I get work off anyway, so
it'd be pointless you getting one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, it won't hurt anyone. It just hurt my bank balance, wouldn't
it? yeah. By the way, what time do you want to call us a day anyway? We've been on for an hour and 13 minutes.
Whenever, really. Not bothered. I carry on going for a bit. Yeah.
How are you, Mick?
I'm sound.
What time's your flight?
That's a good point. Where are you flying today, Mick?
I don't know what to do. I might just do some
do a little short haul today,
to be honest.
Yeah, do a short haul.
Do your day off today. Yeah, you do a little Amsterdam, then and back, you know what I mean? Wait and return.
I might just chill and just do some air traffic control.
Oh yeah, I live in Stockport. Is it worth getting an operator's license for your own airport and Uber on the side? I'll give that question to Mick.
Stockport. I'm going to say yes, because obviously I've done it, haven't I? But I don't know what it's like around Stockport or what the competition's like or anything around Stockport. So
for me, if they're going to, how well are they connected with other firms? Because to get your operator's license, it takes quite a long while, doesn't it, to build up your own business kind of thing. So you probably need a good, you probably need a good connection. Because I know you two, you're well connected, aren't you? So that's how you've built kind of yours, I guess, is it?
Yeah.
And then did your own, and do you know what I mean? So I would say it depends on how well you're doing, I suppose.
it's not just the simple fact as buy an operator's license. That's it. You're going to get your own work. Well,
Yeah.
kind of is,
Right.
but
Solid.
you've got to do a hell of a lot more to it than that.
Yeah.
You've got to start off giving yourself joining onto these third parties, and then the price of these third parties now they just want you to jump through hoops for £1 a mile, basically.
OTS and that.
Yeah, like yes, and Minicabir and places like that. That's where you're going to have to start off with. You're going to have to start doing work with them, and then advertising your own company on the side, because well, you need to the advertising of your own personal work is going to take best part of a year, 2, even.
Yeah, it's hard to build up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not.
Do you
You're
know
not
what
going
it
to
will
get
add?
it by just throwing money into an operator's license.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing with when people go out to buy a V-Class and think they're going to be a chauffeur the next day, are they? Buy a shirt, pants and a tie and get a V-Class, and then they'll be spending the next 6 months doing Uber. Because it's a hard area to break into the chauffeur game. But what's cool, he's just put, can you do airport runs without an ops license? Thought you needed one. So this is actually quite a good comment, this. So with your airport runs, as long as you can work for the airport transfer company that you're licensed with. So as an example, I'm Liverpool licensed, right? So I can take work off a Liverpool operator who has his own airport transfer company. Do you know what I mean? So as a private hire driver, you need to take work off an operator if you haven't got your own. So you can, if you just say you're locally badged to your local area, you can get work off other companies, and that's I think the way there's a bit of problem with when you're Wolverhampton and Liverpool. There's not many Wolverhampton airport transfer companies in Liverpool, so you don't really get much airport work. Do you know what I mean? That's one of the negatives of going out of town for your ops. But if you're locally, just say the lad who's in Stockport and he's thinking about getting his own operator's license. If he's in Stockport and he's Stockport plated or nearby, and he could reach out to Stockport operators and go, any need help in the airport work, and build up your customers that way. I know lads who are chocker. Well, look at Mark. Mark's chocker, and he hasn't got his own ops license, and he's all legally taking work from an operator from the same license as himself. Do you know what I mean? Mohammed, thanks for commenting. He's just put Stockport, dead area. Is a bad mate, yeah. Driver Denny. Yes, you can't do it for all councils, but obviously Wolverhampton strikes again. There's a way to get around off licensed Wolverhampton drivers who don't live there. They can use something called the Google Air Office. Yeah, so it's like a postcode office, really, innit? You can't do that with a lot of councils. You need a physical fixed address. But obviously Wolverhampton strikes again. Anyway, to make a quick book, eh? Oh yeah, Mark. Pete has said Mark and something about Sheffield, so you can reply to that.
I used to live in Sheffield nightlife. Nah, Sheffield nightlife's gone downhill now. No. Probably get stabbed.
Wow. Okay. Sorry for commenting, Mark.
Now, it's all right. It's all right. The town centres now it's all student based. So during the summer it's dead. Winter time it's all student. Yeah, it's all student based. Yeah. But then you've got little surrounding areas that specialise to old fogies like us. So it's not too bad.
No, but like Liverpool, Liverpool's very heavy student based. Do you know what I mean? DM Airport Transfers hasn't got their own operator license, mate. DM Airport Transfers is like an online booking website, and I can only send work to operators, mate. But yeah, so far, mate, I think the live is actually not too shabby. But I think you are right, though, what we said before. I think we do need to maybe split it up a bit, because it's just not very flexible, is it? Do you know what I mean?
No.
I think we still need to cover topics as well. If we're going to do it, then we need to if we're going to do live all the time, then we need to bring topics into it as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let the audience then engage with the topics that we're talking about, rather than
that's a good point.
Let them decide what they want to talk about.
That's a point, because you know what though, we were actually going to bring up when we were doing topics, didn't we? We were actually going to bring up, and we were talking about it the other day in the WhatsApp group, is if you're going to go down the airport route, not just Uber focused, just say you really want to go down, want to focus on the airports with a little bit of Uber, but mainly airports. What is the best vehicle out there to get? Do you know what I mean? Like, as an example, would it be better to go to a bus or a car? And then what type of bus? Do you know what I mean? So, in my opinion, I'd say the extra long wheelbase Vito, because you can do a bit of car work, you can do a bit of Uber in it, you can do a little bit of exec in it, but also you can get the 9-seater, which does 8 seats, and it's got a massive boot, so there's no stress and luggage. So might as well bring it to, who should we go for? Mick. I know you're a big fan of the Traffics. What would you choose as your ultimate airport transfer vehicle, mate? Would you stick to your guns and go for your Traffic?
Yeah, and it's only from what we covered when we spoke about this. Is down to the maintenance cost. I think the Reynolds Traffic, German, is not going to be expensive. I think if I was to move into anything, I'd probably move into a Vito. I'd give you that. But I just think for maintenance costs and things like that, stick to your German. Well,
Don't stick to your German for maintenance costs.
No, I just think it's because Mercedes has got a badge where as soon as you put that badge on front of the car, you add an extra 200 on a part or whatever.
Oh,
do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
very, very expensive. Yeah.
So this is what I'm getting at. I think that you that's the only reason why I'd probably lean towards me trust the old Renault Traffic and stay in one of them.
Or your Vauxhall Verado, same car really, innit? But you've got massive boots and you can take 8 passengers. So if you're not interested in doing any type of exec work, that's probably going to be the best minibus, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? How about yourself, Mark? What are you feeling? Because I know you love your E-Class estate, don't you? Do you know what I mean? You could play the best vehicle for a car.
Estate all day long. I had a saloon before. I can only fit 3 people in and 3 bags, but when in a estate, 4 people, 4, 5, 6 bags. So probably I've got an E-Class Merc, so probably that or a Superb estate.
Lovely.
No, we all know Matty likes a good old Superb.
Well, I've had 2, mate. I'm telling you. Hey, telling you. As soon as the day they bring out a full electric Superb, mate. I think there's one in the
Worst thing he done was
pipelines.
get rid of his Superb.
Nice one, Danny. Seen a bit, mate. What? Oh, get rid of me Superb. Why?
Yeah, it was the worst thing you did.
Which
think
one?
of the money you'd be caning in on that now.
The black one with the plug-in hybrid one.
Your first one wasn't your first one brown?
Oh, the brown, the turd machine, the big turd. He's a beast, him. Lad, it was brown on the outside, brown on the inside, mate. Honestly, if you crapped yourself, you wouldn't notice. Fantastic car that was. Yeah, that was an amazing car. I love that car. It was though. It was brown all over, it? Inside and out. Pete's saying once a month he reckons for the lives. It gives people time to get any questions together. That is a good point, mate. Yeah. So obviously, if you're watching now and you're not subscribed to the channel, to follow the channel, and if you want to become a member as well, feel free to join the membership. The lads that have got the marks next to the name, they're the members. So we're actually doing all right for members. We're growing. Got in the WhatsApp group, members only content. And to be honest as well, depending on how the membership goes, I might do a live again while we're doing the podcast, but only members can comment as well.
This is what you could do. If you're doing a week on, week off, you could do a week for the free, week for the members, week, obviously, and then you'd end up doing one a month for each.
That's a good point. We could do that, couldn't we? Because at least then as well, if we done the members only live, because there might be nowhere near as many comments, we could actually do like the normal podcast, couldn't we? With how we normally talk. And just let them chat along. And then if there's something we want to include in the normal podcast, we could look at the comment and we can go, good point there, Martin, say, and then bring that into the podcast, couldn't we? Because at least then the members only chat will be a lot quieter. Do you reckon? Something like that?
Yeah.
But to be honest, it's been a successful test, really, hasn't it? What do you reckon?
Oh, I think it's been all right.
Yeah.
Nick's only sworn 3 times.
I have enjoyed this one more because you get engagements of other people's views and things. Do you know what I mean?
So you are right though, because the only thing we got to think about is how's the podcast going to be a listen? Do you know what I mean? Is this going to be as enjoyable to listen on Spotify like the others, or won't it be as much? Do you know what I mean? So it just depends, really, because we have been, obviously, when you're listening, I've been reading the comments out before we answer them. So the listeners are still engaging. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah. Still be all right to
I have
listen
to wait
to,
and
but I
see what the
think it
comments
won't
say.
be. I don't think it'll be a good listen as what it would be where we're just covering topics between the three of us. But I still think it'll
You
be a
reckon?
good listen, but not as good.
I get
know
you,
what I
I
mean?
get you. Oh yeah, taxi Tim,
Maybe,
but I have
maybe
enjoyed.
like
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Tim.
just maybe like the first week of every month, we can discuss what was said the previous month. We can go on and discuss, and then people can come on, can't they?
Yeah.
So
There's
I
loads of
think
ways.
it.
There's loads of ways we can take it. Like at least we know now. I think running on the laptops is well better than the phones. There's no interruptions in that sense. And obviously, Mark, you'll be getting your microphone soon as well. So we'll all be on like similar level of quality. But to be honest, your earplugs have been fine, to be honest. But still, obviously, you might as well use it now. We got it, innit? But what do you reckon then? It is coming up to an hour and a half. Thanks for everyone tuning in, as per usual. Are you happy to call it a day now? Because this is more or less a movie.
Yeah,
Do you know
I
what I
can
mean?
do with some food before I go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What time's you're out?
I don't pick up till 12:30, so I'll probably leave here about, what time is it anyway? I'll probably have to leave here about 12 o'clock. About 12
Oh,
o'clock,
yeah. So
10 to 12.
get some food down, you lad, and hope you have a good day. Mick, have you decided where you're flying, lad?
No. I think I'm just going to do some. I've got some work to do on new bookings and things, and some invoices to send out and whatnot. Got a bit of that to do, and then I might just do a bit of ATC while I'm doing that.
Well, fair enough. Bye, Pete. Thanks for joining in. Keep an eye out, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Keep an eye out for future lives. We will be doing some more in the future. Maybe not every week, but we will be doing some. But I'll make sure I'll get a schedule so everyone can see the schedule and follow it. So then you get notified when we go live. Think of some questions and answers and stuff. Yeah, as per usual, guys, thanks very much for watching and follow us on YouTube, TikTok, the works. And yeah, thanks again. And I'll catch you later. Mick, Mark, once again, pair of legends helping me out on the podcast. Much appreciated. The legends. So yeah, nice one. Catch you all later. Bye bye.
See you later.